So when you think about places where you know God is active, I mean, I'm sure we often think about, this. But what about this? Or maybe something like this. But probably you wouldn't think of something like this, right? Why do we think God doesn't show up in real life and instead we think God shows up just in the pretty spots? We're going to think about that today on Now at Devotions from Trinity Lutheran at the Dump. So, we're just about to fire up this bulldozer, which is cool. I'm at the dump. We're thinking about the book of Luke chapter 8. And Jesus shows up in one of the dumps. Yeah, it totally stinks over there. I'm going to move over a little bit. So Jesus gets out of the boat. He's crossing the Sea of Galilee with the disciples. The ministry is growing at this point in the story in Luke. And he crosses over. And when he gets out of the boat, he's in a Gentile area. And which is a big deal still. Just keep that in mind, how important that would have been at this point still in the story. So he's in this Gentile area. And a guy shows up. And they come in on the edge of town, this town, and they're by the tombs, which is a totally unclean place to be for a Jew. Like, this is not acceptable. And this man is possessed by demons, and he's been living out in the tombs in a very unclean place. And that's the basis for this story. So Jesus shows up. And this fella says, he says, hey, to this demon-possessed guy, hey, what's your name? The guy says, my name's Legion. I'm just full up with demons. And he says, what do you want to do with me, Jesus? You're the Son of God. Why are you here? So first off, the demon recognizes him, which is always something that happens in these stories. Even the demons know who Jesus is. We're the ones who have a hard time. But Jesus, I just can't emphasize enough. Yes, Jesus casts this fellow out and he casts, or the demons out, and the fellow is fine and healed. And that's amazing. But I think sometimes we might overlook the fact that Jesus goes into a place where absolutely he shouldn't go. Something totally unclean, not acceptable, dangerous. A guy who has ripped through chains, can't be guarded, is living in the tombs. He goes to the absolute darkest place. And in fact, ultimately, Jesus goes to the darkest of places, the cross. He goes into death. He goes to hell for us. And we all too often sanitize this thing out. I noticed that when I was driving in, it's a sanitary landfill. But it's a dump. It's the dump. It's where you put the garbage. Jesus shows up absolutely in the garbage of our lives, right? When you think about places where Jesus might do the most good for you, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your life, in the daily ins and outs, where's the place where you least want Jesus to go? Huh? Where's the darkest, dirtiest spot? Where's the worst place you want Jesus to go? Or the worst place you don't want Jesus to go, right? That's probably where Jesus needs to go the most. And we protect those spots in ourselves. We hide them as if Jesus doesn't know about them, as if our control in that area is our own little private secrets, right? But the darkness in our hearts is no secret. That's in everybody's hearts. That's your thought for today. Where might Jesus shine some light into darkness in your own hearts? What are the demons in your life that bind you, control you, that you can't get free of? And what would it be like if you invited Jesus to that place? I'm Pastor Chris. For Now at Devotions at Trinity Lutheran Cyrus, signing off for now.